is going on? We are back in black in the building. Shout out to everybody out there. In the United States of America Incorporated, we got a great one today. Roll call. Shout out to everybody out there in Arizona. Shout out to the homegirl Latanya. I just talked to her today. Shout out to the homegirl Latanya, Miss Tanya in Arizona, handling business, doing what they need to do to survive. Shout out to everybody in Las Vegas, handling business. I know it's a little hot, but shout out to Vegas, all my Vegas people. So shout out to them. Shout out to homegirl Jerica too. Shout out to all my siblings. Everybody out there handling business, doing what they need to do. Shout out to you. I'm not mad at you. Handle your business. Shout out to, you already know what I'm saying. Shout out to the homegirl Shani. Philly is definitely in the building. I'm a shout. Look, Shani's gonna get shouted out till I stop doing podcasts. It's just never gonna happen. She's always gonna get a shout out. Shout out to Shani. Philly's definitely in the building. Shani's the one who put me on to not Freedom Paper Company, but blackandnoble.com. Shout out to Shani for putting me on to Shani, you thought I forgot. She put me on to blackandnoble.com. She put me onto a lot of shit. Shout out to her family. Much love and respect to her family and her loved ones. I'm always have respect. Shani's the one who put me onto the Move group too. I didn't even know about the Move group, but she put me onto the Move group, and then I ended up doing a little podcast about it. So shout out to Shani about that. Shout out to the homegirl Erica. That's my OG too. I'm sorry, Erica, but I gotta keep mentioning it. Erica was like, that motherfucker don't even be on his own app. So why the fuck I'ma be on it? She didn't say it like that, but shout out to the homegirl Erica, Florida, aka Florida, in the building. Shout out to my OGs, Dave from No Compromise and James Youngblood. Those are my OGs. Once I get this time figured out and get this Court Plantation hour situated, and we gonna get them on, because I still ain't forgot, because this is gonna be a great topic today. We're gonna talk about there is no coalition. Dave from No Compromise, James Youngblood, y'all better get ready, because I've been jotting, like Martin said. I see you jotting. Well, I've been jotting. And y'all know I be coming with them heater questions, and I can't wait till we talk about this. Shout out to our brother Tariq Nasheed with Microphone Check. I'm gonna buy the DVD, but it was brought to my attention early this morning, because I get up early in the morning, that your boy, your Puerto Rican black and brown motherfucker, called the theaters across the United States and sent cease and assist letters because he took the pictures during the creation of hip hop. And since we are saying that we created it, he's starting a bunch of bullshit. So I'm going to tell you what's really going to start happening. Let's get into it. This is very important, FBA family. This is very important. This is very important to any dominant society, people. This is very important, because this is the one thing about the dominant society. They know we created that shit, but they don't mind people muddying up the waters because it's entertainment for them. That's why when you see Mr. Trump and Mr. Biden go back and forth, you just sit back and pop your popcorn, because what did Neely Fuller Jr. tell us? If you see two suspected white supremacists arguing at the job, if they're not arguing about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing a system of justice, if they're not arguing about that, that's just two white supremacists arguing about who's the biggest slave master. So that's why I'm not talking about Donald Trump tonight, even though he's having his convention and he's bringing unity and all this other stuff shit. If you're not planning on bringing no goddamn tangibles, I don't really give a fuck who wins. Sorry. And I wish a motherfucker would tell me I can't vote. And there's a lot of these Democrats and these fucking Democratic sexuals that be always trying to fucking pressure a motherfucker into vote. And then when you be like, vote, you shouldn't be complaining. And what have I told y'all that our response should be? My taxes tell me different. As long as I'm paying taxes in the United States of America Incorporated that my ancestors built for free, you can't tell me nothing. I'ma always complain. FICA tells me different. The fuck you talking about? So, this guy on Twitter, I don't know if you know him, he's a Puerto Rican, and shout out to my Puerto Ricans. Now look, all you Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, call that whole ass motherfucker out. If we have when I woke up and I looked at Twitter, because I always look on Twitter, and on Twitter, it was brought to everybody's attention that Tariq Nasheed had to put out, even on Instagram, that this guy was writing cease and assist letters because he took pictures. Not because you was there and you were creating it. You took pictures. Okay, all right, that's your intellectual property. Fine. Fine, if that's what you want to do. Fine, then why the fuck did you put them on the internet? Why would you put them on the internet? Then don't have them on the internet. Have them all removed. Go get an attorney and they'll remove every picture. And let me tell you something too. This is showing exactly what we talked about this black and brown coalition that doesn't exist. Because if it did, that brother would be like, hey, just let y'all know, I'm with the black and brown still. Me and brother Tariq may have a disagreement, but I'm happy he put this out, and I'm proud of my black Americans creating it. If there were Puerto Ricans there, no, we weren't in the creating phases of it, but we were right there, and I just want a little bit of respect for that. Now, okay, we get it. But when you have Lord Jamar, do y'all know who Lord Jamar is? Brand Nubian? Punks jump up to get beat down, Lord Jamar? Have y'all ever seen that video when they had the white devil in the video and all that other shit? With Grand Poobah and Sadat X? That was one of the most controversial groups out in the fucking the 90s. Y'all never heard of punks jump up to get beat down? Lord Jamar is like, no, foundational black Americans created hip hop. Not no Puerto Ricans and not no Jamaicans. And he challenged Fat Joe, and I played the podcast, he challenged all that, so I'm just getting you up to speed. This brother, the Puerto Rican brother, Joe Conzo, first he reached out to Tariq and wanted to have a debate. Tariq shut him down. Shut him the fuck down. Then after he shut him the fuck down and kind of demolished him and destroyed him, because I heard it, I was laughing. Then he said he wanted to go check out the movie. But it was a lot of foundational black Americans like, if he check out the movie, we gonna beat the fuck out that motherfucker, because he start and talk a lot of sucker shit. So he's like, oh, they're threatening me. And then when that didn't work and the movie became successful, because a lot of fucking radio stations are interviewing our brother Tariq Nasheed, who we are proud of, and we're gonna hold him up in the air, because guess what? He the only motherfucker I see besides a few other people really speaking on our behalf, and he's got a lot of people awakened. I don't care how much you disagree with him and you don't like him. The brother's gotten people awakened. So I don't care. I got all the Hidden Color series. I got the Buck Broken shit too. That Buck Broken shit is so fucking cool. I was like, this nigga's out of line. This nigga gonna need security after this shit. But I suggest you go watch all the Hidden Colors. 1 through 5, all of the motherfuckers. Watch the Haitian Revolution. I've talked to Haitian brothers and sisters. They didn't even know it was a revolution. They didn't even know their own history. But that's neither here nor there. Once this brother sent the cease and desist letter, I'm like, oh, so you're deliberately trying to sabotage him from telling the real story. But what he doesn't know about foundational black Americans, all you're doing is awakening us, Mr. Conzo, whatever the fuck your name is. And my thing is, why is it when it's a Puerto Rican Day parade, y'all not playing hip hop? Y'all playing y'all music. Why is it that Big Pun made a song called I don't want to be a player no more, with a foundational black American named Joe, an R&B singer, and you said Boricua Morena. That's calling blacks. And then there is a clip that's been circulating on Instagram and Twitter for I don't know how long about, they were like, well, why did you say that, Big Pun? He's like, because I want to give respect to the blacks for letting us do their music. So I want to give, Puerto Ricans, Hispanics, Latinos, and blacks, because blacks let us do their music. And I said, whoa, that's a very powerful clip. Why is it Big Pun knew that then, but now all of a sudden everybody wants to take credit because there's money to be made off of it, real money. So now motherfuckers want to take credit. And that's why you got KRS-One with his punk ass, with this bullshit. I love you, KRS-One, but goddamn, dog. Look, like I said, I don't care if I have Latino friends and all that. When it comes to black American culture, I'm not gonna let it slide just because you're my friend. Just like y'all wouldn't let it slide just because I'm your friend. That's like black folk trying to say we created y'all special recipes and music that y'all play. Stop. You're literally impeding on this man getting out the information, but people already got it. It's called bootleg, nigga. People still got DVDs. People can bootleg them, and guess what's gonna happen? It's going to sell more because you have awakened black folk. And I'm not talking about black people as in just everybody's black. I'm talking about foundational black Americans. Now they're gonna really be like, damn, why he sent a cease and desist letter? But see, nobody knows how he was Latino explaining, oh, well, I want to go see the film too, Tariq, and, you know, all this sucker shit. And I'm like, damn, dog, he's doing a lot of agitating. And he's the only one that's doing it. And I think he's being sent by somebody from the dominant society that's they man that's like, yeah. Because I think personally, like Lord Jamar, people don't like Tariq Nasheed. They don't like him because he's bringing truth to power. Now, this is what I find interesting. Doing the Puerto Rican Day Parade, that's y'all thing. Where y'all have, how is it y'all gonna say y'all created hip hop, you're not from this country, and y'all got y'all own flag? It's called Puerto Rico. And when I read Slavery by Another Name by Douglas Blackmon, he don't mention shit in the antebellum period about no Puerto Ricans at all. The prison, the pipeline shit, the pipeline, the prison, the chain gangs, go read that book. That shit is all in there. Foundational Black Americans breathing in coal, getting lung diseases and lung cancer, and still living to their 70s and 80s. That's how powerful we are. The awful shit that was done to us. Where the fuck were y'all at then, since y'all want to create everything? But that's all right, because Brother Tariq, hey, that nigga put a cold ass clip of all these foundational Black Americans doing all these break dances and shit in the 60s and the 70s. That's why that's why I'm like, nigga, how you gonna say you created something and hip hop's based off of James Brown, dog? That's some sucker shit. This is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean by you're taking it too far. And you're acting like a straight female. And you are making solid Puerto Ricans look like suckers. Now what in the Ryan Garcia is going on? Where a person could send a cease and desist letter because you mad because we're taking back credibility and we're not just allowing you to tether yourself to our success. Watch, you do that, these motherfuckers are gonna be start saying they created R&B, they gonna start saying they created jazz. Nigga, y'all wasn't even out here when we was creating. Watch, you gonna look up and all these other radio groups gonna talk about we created gospel. I remember, I'll never forget this shit. This was like a long time ago. Cause I went to church, you know, church, we run gospel. And I'll never forget it. Damn, who was there? There was a lot of people there. I don't know if my sister was there. We went out there for something. It was like 2000. This is a long time ago. This was like 08 or some shit. You know, to my people's church, my old church. You know, he's a pastor. And it was all these Latinos, these Mexicans. I was like, well, they call them Hispanics now. They didn't call them that then. I never even really started hearing the word Hispanic until the 2013, 14, 2012. The early 2000s, I never heard of no Hispanics, not in those terms where people were saying it so loosely. So I'm like, I'm just asking everybody there. I'm like, what's up with all these Mexicans at the church? Like, what are they doing here? And everybody was looking at me like, oh my God, one way you say that. I was really like, you know, I've never met a lot of Mexicans that go to like black churches and fellowship with black churches. So I was kind of taken back by what the fuck was this? And I remember they were like, oh no, and they got up and they were singing like gospel songs. And then this is David, James Youngblood. Touch everybody, they know. I hadn't read anything, but the one thing I did know is y'all don't do gospel music. And I knew it then. And you can't do gospel music because it's called The Law of Rhythm. Go read the Kabbalion. I didn't even know that book existed in the early 2000s like that. But I knew they didn't possess what we possessed. That's why I remember I had a friend I went to high school with. And he was like, man, you always at church? I was like, yeah, man. Because, you know, I used to go to church a lot. You know, take out time with the kids at the church and shit like that. He's like, man, you mind if I go? I was like, man, dog, you ain't going to like it. So one day he came up to my crib and I showed him, you know, my uncle, he used to video record the services. So I showed him a video. I was like, dog, you're not going to like it. It's totally different from Catholic church. He liked our church. I was like, I'd rather, because, you know, my mom grew up Catholic. Like, she didn't really start getting into the gospel churches until she got older. You know, like a lot of black people that's, you know, back east and stuff like that, you'll meet a lot of black Catholics. I'm talking about foundational Black Americans. And, you know, but we grew up gospel. You know what I'm saying? Church of God in Christ. David already know. We had this discussion on live, on Instagram Live. So he watched the video. He's like, nah, man, I'll be interested. And then he ended up driving because we lived in whack ass Baldwin Park, California. And he drove all the way to LA because our church was, 8450 South Central. I'll never forget it. 8450 South Central in Kitchen Crib Hood. That's for show. Yup. Because across the street is Neighborhood Swan. But anyway, these are just the gangs that were in this area. And that's why our church never got written on. They never wrote on our church. That's what I'm saying, man. Back in the day, Foundational Black Americans, there was a mutual respect for churches too. And shout out to them over there too, man, because they never wrote on that fucking church like that. Like when they started doing that, the older, like my older cousins and brothers, they reach out to the kitchens that's over there. They stopped that shit real quick. Like real quick. Like I never seen a writing. If we saw a writing on the church, it would be very rare where a nigga would tag on the church because there was just a mutual respect. And you like, Warren, man, you making this up. Nigga, I remember one day, me, RP to Keon, DeAndre, Tavia, all of us, I'll never forget this shit. My sister Tashina was there. We used to wear different things, you know what I'm saying? Like when we all sang in the choir. So we didn't wear choir robes. This is a fact. So we started wearing like blue and black, purple and black, green and black, red and black. So we all had red shirts and black pants and red polo shoes, all of us. That's when polo was real big. And I remember them kitchens was in that alley and they was like, cuz, ooh. And the nigga that knew who we was like, nah, cuz they in the church. This is a true story. This is on my dead mother, rest in peace. So there was a mutual respect there for churchgoers back then. And I don't know what it is now because I don't go to church back then, like there was a mutual foundational Black American respect. Everywhere we went, we would be either flamed over something. We never got approached because we were like heavily in the church like that. It was just a mutual respect. But when I saw those Latinos, it just took me back. Like, what the fuck are they doing here? And when we heard them sing them choir songs, man, I wasn't even laughing. I was like in shock. Like, are they serious? Like, that's the questions I was asking. Like, are they really here trying to do gospel music? And I ended up going outside and asking people, like, out of curiosity, like, they really do gospel music? So I knew that then. And that's when I started to learn as I got older, like, oh, they envy us so bad. And that's what this brother Joe Conzo's doing. He has such an envious mentality and he has such an insecurity and a lack of intrinsic value that you would have to do that. And you're upset. But what you don't know what you've done was, Mr. Conzo, whoever the fuck your name is, you have awakened foundational Black Americans. Now we really gonna be looking at y'all upside y'all head. And for all my Latino brothers and sisters that's listening to this, y'all need to reach out to him and be like, dog, what you doing? Why you trying to start bullshit? Like, why y'all doing that? Just because Black people are letting people know their history and their culture? Puerto Ricans let you know every time you see them, they wear their fucking Puerto Rican flag. They have their Puerto Rican emblem in their cars. They got their white Puerto Rican jeans on with their Puerto Rican flag shirt. They let you know every chance they get they Puerto Rican. I worked with a Puerto Rican. He was from New York. Me and him got along great. He wasn't like that great. But I knew at the end of the day, he's Puerto Rican. And that was the end of that. And I know he didn't really know history. And I know a lot of other Puerto Ricans don't know, but what they want to do is, like other Latinos, they want to come to this country and latch themselves like latchkey kids onto other cultures like foundational Black Americans because it's popular now and everybody respects it. And that's the only genre where you can really be popular if you're from another racial group. How is it Black folk can't be popular, but every other racial group? And if Puerto Ricans created it, then where is the Puerto Rican Nas or the Puerto Rican Hove or the Puerto Rican Andre and Big Boy? Where's the Puerto Rican Andre 3000? Where's the Puerto Rican Snoop and the Puerto Rican Game and the Puerto Rican Kendrick Lamar? Or the Puerto Rican Nipsey or where are they? Where are the Puerto Ricans at? That's what I don't understand. Where is the Puerto Rican Ghostface Killer? Where's the Puerto Rican Cameron and Mace? The Puerto Rican Black Rob, the Puerto Rican Little Kim. Where are they? I'm very interested to see where are they. Show me where they are so I can know where's the Puerto Rican Redman and Method Man. Do I need to keep going? Puerto Rican Ice Cube, Puerto Rican Mac 10, Puerto Rican Dub C. Where are the Puerto Rican producers that are super producers? Where's the Puerto Rican Dr. Dre? Puerto Rican Timbaland? Puerto Rican Pharrell from the Neptunes, Foundational Black American? Puerto Rican Teddy Riley? Puerto Rican Roger and Zapp? Puerto Rican Chris Brown? Puerto Rican Usher, aka Usher? Puerto Rican Trey Songz? Puerto Rican Michael fucking Jackson. I'm done. I'm tired of fucking saying this shit over and over. Y'all look silly now. Poor thing. You're that hell-bent and that mad at Tariq Nasheed. All you're gonna do is ignite a different fire in Tariq Nasheed and in Foundational Black Americans, and now we really about to be on cold. And now, if I was a Latino and I love black culture, I would want to hear what black people had to say. Because most Latinos, especially Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, they know good and goddamn well they didn't contribute. Half of y'all parents can't even speak English. So how the fuck did y'all create hip hop? That's what I'm just saying. Like, how is it? My grandfather spoke very good English, and so did my mother, and so did my grandmother, and so did all my other relatives, and my great-grandfathers, and great-grandmothers. The fuck are y'all talking about? But y'all want to sit up here and create something, when y'all didn't even speak English. And that's why I can't wait to do this Instagram live. I'm gonna let y'all know when we gonna do it, because I'm gonna plan it with David. Oh, I'm definitely gonna holler at David and James Youngblood. We're gonna have to get this done ASAP, David. Like, for real. Because I want David to tell. David is from the Bronx. So David, I want to hear his fucking perspective. I don't want to hear nobody else's perspective. I want to hear David's perspective growing up in the Bronx about hip hop and R&B. Because it ain't damn near no fucking Puerto Rican fucking artists in R&B at all. And the Puerto Rican or Latino artists that are in hip hop with Fat Joe, Petey Crack, Big Pun. Who else is there? Y'all find them for me. Who else is there that couldn't? Who else is there that we can compare to Rakim or Nas or Big Daddy Kane? Who is there that's Puerto Rican? Find them for me, since y'all created it, Mr. Joe Conzo, because you took some fucking pictures. Nigga, I heard this dude, shout out to brother Dewan B. That nigga's a cold nigga. That nigga have knowledge too. And shout out to Craig Facts too. I like watching his podcast too. Y'all need to go check their podcast out. Dewan B. Go check his shit out. That nigga is a historian on that music shit. The shit he be saying, I heard my mama say that. So I know this nigga ain't lying. Like, go check out Dewan B's podcast. That nigga's cold. He be on Twitter. He be saying real shit. Nigga, like Dewan B said, Dewan B was like, he said some cold shit. He was like, dog, I was at the Lakers championships when they won. I was on the floor and everything. But that don't mean I'm the creator of the Lakers. Just because I took some fucking pictures. Just because I was there. That don't mean that I could be like, well, I was the creator of the Lakers. I was the reason why they did X, Y, Z. I was the reason why they did this. He's like, man, like, people want credit for shit you ain't even do. Okay, you was there, you took a picture. Okay, so what you about to claim the camera to? Okay, niggas is acting like Tariq Nasheed can't do the documentary without his pictures. Take him off the internet. Okay, cool, pull it. I hope Tariq do it again. And do it without all his pictures. And still have Foundational Black Americans in there calling they hoe asses out because they wasn't around, they wasn't there. Because the originators of hip hop was like, Puerto Ricans ain't even like black people like that. That's why I'm like, dog, I've heard my mama say that so many times. My mom used to tell me stories and I used to be like, like, damn, is my mom tripping? Maybe she didn't have too much, maybe she had too much OE, or like, damn, man, maybe mom's just tripping. But now that I hear other people like Dave from No Compromise say the same shit, because my mom went to New York before. She told me the story. She went when, before we was born. She went with my cousin's grandmother. And she was like, them Puerto Ricans do not like niggas at all. They do not fuck with niggas like that. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas talking about. Straight up, because I remember I was playing Flip Side. And Petey Crack was like, together, there go, la la. Said she my baby mama. She was like, that beat is jamming, but who is that speaking Spanish? I was like, mama, that's Petey Crack. She was like, what is he, a Puerto Rican? And that's exactly how she said it. And this was in 2003. I'll never get that shit. I was like, damn, mama, why you saying it like that? She was like, Puerto Ricans don't even like niggas like that. But I guess. So did. Short, that's exact. I don't need to make this shit up. I don't need to make this. For what? And I was just looking at my mom like, no, he cold. He Puerto Rican, he cold. You know, man, my mom was looking at me like, nigga, he don't even like niggas. Don't get it twisted. And now that I hear this term morena, my mama used to say that shit. And I'm like, damn, maybe mama wasn't drunk. Like, god damn. And then when I heard David kind of touch on it in our Instagram lives, I was like, man, damn, man, like this shit gotta be facts because David is from the Bronx. And what the fuck do a foundational Black American gotta be lying about? That's just like me telling you my experience with Latinos in California. How you gonna tell me my experience in California, nigga? And I watch them motherfuckers write nigga on our wall and then they wanna be driving down the street listening to Roger and Zap. You wanna listen to our music, but you over here fucking writing nigga on the wall and calling us mayates and all this other sucker shit. Man, get your ass out of here. So I'm telling you right now, I want everybody to go check out Microphone Check. I want everybody to go on Twitter, everybody to go on Instagram. Just type in Tariq Nasheed and get in those comments and light that motherfucker Joe Conzo the fuck up. Light him up on Twitter. And why, like somebody said some real shit. Why don't you sit down and have a debate with Tariq Nasheed? A real debate about history. And he can bring up the facts of history. You up here bringing in all these Latinos that came after. And in Fat Joe, you wasn't even there, so you shut the fuck up. You up here claiming some shit that you know you didn't create. Because in the 90s, it was only you and Big Pun. It wasn't no other fucking Puerto Ricans or Dominicans or none of that. That shit didn't start happening until the fucking 2000s. In the 90s and in the 80s, stop. And if that's the case, and it's such a black and brown coalition, why isn't it no black people own no goddamn bodegas? Why no foundational Black Americans own a bodega? Why is that? Why is it y'all don't share y'all resources with foundational Black Americans? Y'all see how we get treated. Where are y'all at when Trayvon Martin gets killed? Where are you at when Alton Sterling gets killed? Philando Castile when he gets killed? When Tamir Rice gets killed? What about that sister that's in Chicago and that white race soldier shot her in the fucking head in Springfield, Illinois, if I'm not mistaken? I didn't even want to do it about that because I don't want to get angry. I don't want to have high blood pressure because that shit not, goddamn nigga, you shot her in the head, my nigga? You meant to do that. They make it where you can't even call the police. These niggas show up, they killing everybody. You should get the death penalty for that. Ain't no explanation. You shot somebody in the head, that's a kill shot. Lecture chair for you, nigga. Then I bet you motherfucker, all you gotta do is make an example out of one of those cops, and guess what's gonna happen? Everybody else gonna fall in line and be like, we ain't doing it. That's what I'm saying, dog. We are a special people. We are not only fighting the system of racism, white supremacy, we are fighting the minions of the system. That's why most dominant society people, they ain't got to do shit no more. It's on auto repeat. The formula's on repeat, and all these other racial groups are just taking the formula and running with it. You want to say you down with black people and all this other shit, and you fucking send a cease and assist like we in a like what kind of corporate ass bullshit is that? So now this man got to take the thing down, and now black people got to sit up here and think that's other people created some shit that we created. Stop. You're gonna look up, and these fucking other racial groups gonna be talking about they created the Jackson 5. Where's the black Jackson 5 at? Where's the black Janet Jackson? Or the black Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, or the black Prince? Man, get the fuck out of here. I'm so sick of even talking about this shit, but this shit had me so vexed. Man, I was mad all fucking day. I was so pissed off because I'm like, I'm sick of motherfuckers taking credit for some shit that they don't do. Man, dog. We had to deal with this shit in the antebellum period. That's why don't nobody know about Lewis Latimer and Big Ben. People think Big Ben is after that clock. That's after Benjamin Banneker, the nigga that created Washington, D.C. and the obelisk and all that. Y'all can't really think that the dominant society was in there creating all that shit after we built the pyramids, right? So you had Africans over there with melanin building the pyramids, and then you had foundational black Americans that were already here in America. What do you think we was doing? Why do you think they had to make us build this country? Every time they tried to build it, they failed. Do y'all know that Christopher Columbus and them turned into cannibals? Because they couldn't cultivate the land, so they couldn't get shit to grow. What do you do when you ain't got no food and you don't know what plants to eat? And if we ain't shit, why didn't y'all get the Native Americans to build this country? That's why when you read this book called Medical Apartheid, do y'all know that we're responsible for healing the world? You better look up Henrietta Lacks. Why do you think they were doing experience? When y'all watch these movies called Hostel, where do you think they got it from? They got it from all the experiments they did on foundational black Americans. I told you how that man didn't want to go to San Francisco General and they shot his leg up with plutonium because they wanted to see what the fuck was going to happen. I don't ever want to read that book again. I was so scared and paranoid, and man, I was a lot. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm gonna keep that shit a buck. I was fucking paranoid because I was like, you know, damn, man, like, I don't want to go to the hospital. Like, what the fuck if they gonna shoot me up with it? And let me tell you something. I had a coworker, her name was LaQuinta Marshall. We worked at Silver Mesa Recreation Center in the city of North Las Vegas, Nevada. And LaQuinta had sickle cell anemia. And I'll never forget LaQuinta because her mom was coaching. She was Church of God in Christ. She went to Pentecostal Temple, Church of God in Christ on the west side. So, oh yes. So me and her got along very well. I used to nickname her LaQuita because people used to always fuck up her name. She's like, Warren, you so crazy. Do y'all not know she went to this hospital called Centennial Hills Hospital, and she was having a sickle cell episode, just like T-Boz. You know they shot her up with the wrong shit and killed her? LaQuinta has now passed away. I think LaQuinta's been dead over 10 years because she went to the fucking hospital. And her husband sued them. He won like $60 million. But his wife is dead. And when that happened, then I never read Medical Apartheid. What do y'all think I was thinking once I read Medical Apartheid? Oh my God. And then what they do is they use scare tactics. You better come in and check your blood sugar and all this other shit. No, you better listen to Dr. Sebi. You better listen to Tahuti Ma'ad Ra. You better listen to these natural healers. You better listen to Dr. Layla Africa, RIP. You better go listen to these natural healers and stop just depending on Western bullshit. Have a little bit of both. Take a little bit of the bullshit they give you. Take a little bit of the bullshit that black folk give you. Because if anybody gonna kill you, let your own people kill you. Don't let these people are sadistic. They want to kill you and take your organs. You see what they did to motherfucking, what's his name, Kendrick Johnson? That FBI fucking agent's son killed that boy and then they stripped his organs. He was in fucking Georgia, not Modesto, either Modesto, Georgia, or what, man? These people are awful. But they don't have to do all, unless they really get irritated, they'll flex their white supremacy. But what they got now is they got the other racial groups doing it. Like Joe Conzo, or whatever the fuck his name is. Go look it up. Go look up Microphone Check on Twitter, and go look up Tariq Nasheed on Instagram and see how he had to take the movie. They took the movie out of the goddamn theaters and everything. Because of this motherfucker. Because he wants to take credit for some shit he wasn't there for. It ain't nobody around him as men are like, dog, what are you doing, bro? Why didn't you do that before he put the movie out? Why would you wait until the movie has success and then do that? Like, why are you doing that? What's the purpose of you doing that? Because they got your pictures in it? Man, dog, you a simp. What he has done is now you done drawn attention to yourself. And now everybody gonna be looking at you. I remember I used to do that at my mama's house. My little sisters and my niece and them know. They know. Because when you want attention and somebody talk about something else, my little sister and them know. I'd be like, everybody look at such and such. And they used to get mad at me like a motherfucker. And the whole house would be looking at them. Oh, I used to do some crazy shit. Oh, you want attention? Everybody look at, hey, everybody look at such. If it was one of my sisters, or I say their name. You know, I don't want to say their name here because they probably don't want their name. But my sister that listens, she know what I'm talking about. She used to be here. Her ass used to be over there too on Saturday and Sunday. be talking and we talking about something, and you try to talk about some bullshit. Stop. Everybody look at such and such. Trust me, I wish I did put that shit on video. Man, my family would be rich. Y'all niggas would be laughing y'all ass off like, man, they family funny as a motherfucker. For real. But I'm just saying, y'all need to look at this because there is no coalition. That's why the thumbnail, look at the picture. It's a multicultural picture. You got our brother from the Black Panther. I just hate even, Fred Hampton. It's just sad, man. Because Fred Hampton felt like we could all unite then. He felt like it was the powers that be that was putting us down. And he really wanted us to come together. That's why he was for all people. And look, for all people, my ass, there is no coalition. Fred Hampton, R.I.P. He fought for the cause. They got him up out of the paint. J. Edgar Hoover colluded with the Chicago Police Department, and they executed him and shot him and killed him. Now we have to fight all these other racial groups, but no more. We're not having it. Call these people out. Please go on Twitter. Please go on Instagram. Find Tariq Nasheed and just go to. I want y'all to look at this cease and assist letter. I should have fucking took a screenshot of it and put that but I said, no, I ain't gonna do that. That motherfucker probably hunt everybody down and be like, oh, you gotta remove that. I'll probably get a strike for that shit. But I really want you, whoever's listening, go look up Microphone Check and see what this man has done. See how threatened people are about the truth being told. Remember this, and I'll stand on it. We know our history, but my question is to every other racial group. Do you know yours? And if it traces back to Puerto Rico or Cuba or the Dominican, then why are you not there building up that homeland? What the fuck are you doing here? I'm done. Guilty, nigga. Peace. What a sucker motherfucker for that.